The night was unusually quiet inside the billionaire Adrian Hale's mansion, too quiet. A storm whispered against the tall windows, and a single lamp glowed in the grand bedroom. Adrian lay on the bed, still as stone, his eyes closed as if sleeping soundly, but he wasn't asleep. Not tonight. Because tonight, he wanted to know the truth. For weeks, he'd heard rumors, whispers that someone had been entering his room late at night. He didn't believe it at first, but when little things started disappearing, a pen here, a handkerchief there, his suspicion grew. And then the security footage caught a blurry figure slipping inside. Tiny, quick, careful. His staff advised him to fire the new maid immediately, Maria, a single mother who desperately needed the job. But something in Adrian refused to believe she would steal. So instead of accusing her, he formed a plan he now regretted even before carrying it out. He wanted answers. He wanted truth. And so the billionaire pretended to sleep. The clock ticked softly. Seconds stretched. And then, bare footsteps. Light, almost floating. The door creaked open. Adrian's heart pounded. Someone entered. He kept his breathing slow and steady, eyes shut like a man lost in dreams. A soft voice whispered, "Mama, are you sure this is okay?" A child. Not Maria. Her daughter. Adrian's chest tightened. He recognized the small, trembling voice of Lily, Maria's 7-year-old girl. Maria often brought her to work because she had no one else to watch her. Another whisper followed, softer, like a mother's guilt disguised as courage. "We're not taking anything we shouldn't. We just need to check, sweetheart." But before Adrian could make sense of her tone, another set of footsteps entered, faster, desperate. "Mama, wait, his pillow, look." Lily shuffled closer. Adrian felt the air shift as she approached. He fought the instinct to open his eyes. The girl's tiny fingers brushed his forehead, and then she gasped. "He's burning up." Burning up? Adrian's mind raced. He had felt unusually weak the entire evening, but he assumed fatigue. Had he been running a fever this whole time? Maria rushed closer. Her voice trembled. "I told them he didn't look well today." But no one listens to a maid. She wasn't here to take anything. She wasn't here to sneak through his belongings. She was checking on him. Because she cared. And worse, she was worried. Maria placed her palm on his forehead. Adrian forced himself not to react, though the warmth of her touch was gentle, protective. "We need to help him," she whispered urgently. "Before it gets worse." "Mama, should we call the doctor?" "No," Maria said, voice shaking. "If anyone finds out we entered his room, they'll fire us instantly. They won't even hear our explanation." Lily sniffled quietly. "But he might get sicker." Maria hesitated, torn between fear and compassion. Then she made her choice. "Bring me the cold water, sweetheart. And the cloth." Adrian felt the bed dip slightly as Maria leaned closer, placing a cool cloth on his forehead. Her hands worked with careful, trembling tenderness. She fanned him with a folded magazine, whispering soft prayers under her breath. Lily stood beside her, clutching a tiny cup of water like a nurse trying to save a life. Minutes passed. Storm outside. Warmth of their care inside. Adrian's guilt grew heavier than the fever pressing on him. This woman, this child, were risking everything, not for their own gain, but for him. Him, the billionaire who barely spoke to them. Him, the man who suspected them without understanding their heart. Finally, Maria sighed in relief. "The fever is going down. Thank goodness." Lily smiled weakly. "Mama, we saved him." Maria touched her daughter's cheek. "You did, sweetheart." Her voice cracked. "I know we don't have much. I know life feels unfair. But kindness makes us rich in ways money can't measure." The words stabbed Adrian with a silent truth he hadn't felt in years. He couldn't pretend anymore. Slowly, he opened his eyes. Maria froze. Lily gasped and nearly dropped the cup. Mr. Hale, sir, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to intrude. We only helped me, Adrian whispered, his voice weak but sincere. You helped me when no one else cared. Maria shook her head. Please, don't fire us. I'll leave quietly if you want. Just don't punish my daughter. Adrian pushed himself up, swallowing the ache in his chest. Punish you, he murmured. You risked your job to take care of me. How could I punish that? Maria's eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. I shouldn't have entered your room, but you saved me, he finished softly. Lily stepped forward bravely. We didn't take anything. We only wanted to help. Adrian smiled a real smile for the first time in a long while. I know. And you shown me more kindness tonight than most people have in my entire life. Maria's shoulders sagged with relief, but her humility remained. Sir, thank you. Adrian looked at them, at a mother doing everything she could to raise her child with dignity, kindness, and courage despite a world stacked against them. Maria, he said gently, from tomorrow, you're not a maid anymore. Her breath stopped. You're promoted. And your daughter, she will get full educational support from me. No child this kind, this brave, should be denied a future. Lily's eyes widened like stars. Mama, is he serious? Maria covered her mouth as tears fell freely, tears of a mother who had carried her world alone for far too long. Why would you do this for us, she whispered. Adrian answered softly. Because tonight you showed me something priceless. That wealth isn't measured in money, but in compassion. The storm outside calmed. Inside the mansion, something even more powerful unfolded, hope. From that night forward, Maria worked with pride, not fear. Lily studied with dreams bigger than poverty. Adrian, who had once lived surrounded by luxury but starved of genuine care, learned to open his heart to simple kindness. And the mansion, once cold and echoing, slowly transformed into a home. A home built not by wealth, but by humanity. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who needs hope today. Your support helps us create more meaningful stories for you.